At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone, please be seated. Thank you, Bristol Baldwin, for doing such a wonderful job singing our national anthem. Thank you to everyone for joining us today and helping honor our graduates. I'm proud to welcome you all to our first graduation ceremony in our new Performing Arts Center, celebrating the accomplishments of Swartz Creek Academy's class of 2014. We finally have an auditorium which matches the quality of our students, one which is spectacular, unique, and beautiful, and one which is worth waiting for. Also, through the miracle of technology, we're streaming the ceremony live across the internet so family and friends can see this around the world. I'd like to welcome board members, district administrators, honored guests, Swartz Creek Academy staff, parents, friends, and especially our 28 special graduates, who today are becoming the next class of our respected Swartz Creek graduates. But first, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the Swartz Creek Academy staff, so please rise when I say your name. Sabrina Boyer, David Carey, Melissa Childs, Wanda Cummings, Mecca Davis, Krista Flanagan, Judy Frost, Nate Gatlin, Carrie Hoover, James Kelly, Michael Latke, Lisa Makovsky, Lisa Norris, Charles Oliver, Bonnie Potter, Brian Pyle, Officer Ken Szymanski, Richard Thompson, Katie Thompson, Linda West, and Melissa White. Please join me in welcoming and thanking the wonderful staff of Swartz Creek Academy. Graduates, throughout this whole year, I've been thinking of what to say to you today. I thought about each of you and the path that all of you have traveled to get to the point where you're sitting here today. What's special about Swartz Creek Academy and all the students that are in it is that every single one of you have traveled a different path and had different and difficult obstacles to overcome in your lives to get to this point. This year, we've had a huge focus on literacy at the Academy. In all of the books that we've read this year, from The Fault of Our Stars to the Divergent series, from Unbroken to Unwind, from The Last Olympian to Goodbye Rebel Blue, we've read and lived through these student stories, both real and fictitious. We've suffered and rejoiced as they waded through life, finding their way, overcoming their struggles, and achieving their goals. One such author was M.K. Asante, who I'd like to talk about today. He went by the name of Buck when he was growing up, and he recently wrote a book called Buck, a memoir, which was about his own childhood growing up on the streets of North Philadelphia in the 90s. After his father left his family and his older brother got locked up in prison, Buck lived in a rundown apartment with only his mom and his younger sister. Because his father left the family at a young age, his mom suffered from a mental disease, Buck was forced to take on the roles and responsibilities of a parent, finding his own way to survive, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Sitting at a desk in school was the last thing on his mind. After all the obstacles which he overcame, after all the negativity and the beatdowns which life thrusted upon him, he eventually entered an alternative school that transformed his life with a single blank sheet of paper. Through that one sheet of paper, he discovered his purpose in life was to write. It was through his power of writing that he took all that negativity around him and turned his life around. And writing this book that I read for all of us to learn from, I wanted to share this one excerpt from the book that I thought was perfect for this moment. He wrote, in the end, Asante, he described achieving one of his lifelong dreams of traveling to Egypt. So in the book, he describes he's looking up at the statues that were carved out of the mountains in Egypt, and he writes this: "These colossal statues were sculpted directly from the mountain, cut from the natural rock of the mountain." He continues to write, "I think about that, how these bold, brilliant faces were trapped inside the mountain the whole time, waiting to be discovered, waiting to reveal the beauty underneath, waiting to be seen, and waiting like an untold story." He finishes by saying, "I see my family in the stone faces. I am the mountain, I am the sculpture, losing myself and finding myself, revealing what was there all along." What am I trying to say, graduates, is that just like M.K. Asante, you are those bold faces, those brilliant faces that have been trapped inside that mountain this whole time. Look within yourself. Look around you. Up to this point in your life, you have lost yourself. You've found yourself many times over. But now, sitting here today, here is the beauty which was underneath you all along. Here is the beauty, the intelligence, the success which we all knew was in you the whole time. You are the statues in the mountain that have been uncovered. I, along with the rest of the Swartz Creek family, want to say that we are proud of you. We are proud that you have let us be part of your lives. Proud that we've been part of the beautiful sculpture that has become you. We're proud to call you the next graduating class of Swartz Creek Academy and the graduating class of 2014. Congratulations. And now I'd like to introduce the superintendent of Swartz Creek Community Schools, Dr. Jeff Hall.
Good evening. I'm Jeff Hall, the superintendent of Swartz Creek Community Schools. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2014 commencement ceremony of the Swartz Creek Academy. I'd like to introduce to you the guests that are seated with me tonight. Each of the guests, through their service to our school system, has contributed to the success of our students. As I read your name, please stand, and if the audience would be so gracious, please hold your applause until all guests have been introduced. Dr. Brian Mitchell, Board of Education President. Mr. Brian Sapanik, Board of Education Secretary. Mrs. Carrie Germain, Board of Education Treasurer. Mrs. Lorraine Ahern, Board of Education Trustee. Mr. Chris Studer, Board of Education Trustee. Mr. Adam Hartley, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Mr. Dave Samancic, Swartz Creek Academy Principal. Mr. Richard Thompson, Dean of Students. Ms. Sue Calvo, Swartz Creek Athletic Director. Ms. Sandy Mackett, Swartz Creek High School Principal. And Mr. Bill Chapman, Director of Facility and Operations. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform guest. I'd also like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation and thanks to our teaching staff. Through their dedication, they have helped to shape and facilitate the success of this graduating class. Please stand and be recognized. This evening is special not only for the graduates, but also for the parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends of the graduates. I'd like to extend a welcome and thank you for supporting your graduate. Tonight, we honor and recognize the 28 graduates of Swartz Creek Academy and Global Learning Hub class of 2014. We celebrate your success and milestone as high school graduates. Each graduate has their own journey, their own path, but share one common characteristic: commitment. Many of you have defied the odds and overcome tremendous obstacles to become graduates. Peter Drucker was a management consultant, educator, author whose writings contributed to the philosophical and practical foundations of the modern business corporation. He stated, quote, Unless commitment is made, there are only promises and hopes, but no plans. As the high school stage of your learning closes, a new chapter begins. And wherever that chapter takes you, your hard work and commitment will be essential to your continued success. Continue to make plans and commitments on your life's journey. To the 2014 graduating class, congratulations and best wishes on your future endeavors. Thank you.
We would now like to begin the scholarship portion of our program. It is a great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Kara Lum from Baker College.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening. Baker College has worked closely with Swartz Creek Academy for many years. It is such a pleasure to present this year's scholarship recipients. Before I do so, I'd like to say congratulations to all of you. I will be awarding two tonight. The scholarship is worth half tuition for 2 years. Please help in congratulating Mariah Keener and Noah William Ward. Once again, thank you very much.
Carpe diem. Seize the day. And today is every one of your days. I'd like to introduce a man, my hero, my father, Mr. James E. Thompson, who served the Academy for over 15 years, to give the next award. Ladies and gentlemen, James E. Thompson.
Wow. Here we are, graduates, making history. The very first class to graduate from this beautiful, new, state-of-the-art facility. And I want to thank you and your parents, the Board of Education, and our administration for making this possible. And we hope that you will come back to many of the very entertaining adventures that you will have here. I also want to dig back into my past, as I was a counselor not only at the Swartz Creek Academy, but at the School for the Deaf. And I want to teach you 3 letters in what is called the manual alphabet. Please raise your right or left hand and give me an S. And a C. Isn't that a C in anybody's language? And an A. And what do you believe, graduates, that stands for? Well, let's hear it. Give me an S. Give me a C. Give me an A. What do you have? And go out as a commencement, which means go forward and make history. because you got a good foundation. It is my pleasure to represent the Swartz Creek Kiwanis Club and their scholarship. Swartz Creek Kiwanis Club and all the Kiwanis clubs around the world are service-oriented for youth. That's you guys. We are pleased this year to honor Noah Ward for his leadership and scholarship. Noah. And what do you think that means? I love you. Good job.
My name is Dan Cross. I am the Grand Knight for the Knights of Columbus here in Swartz Creek, but I also represent Byron area schools where Eric Jones started, and I just want to say how very proud we are of Eric at Byron. I have the honor of giving the Knights of Columbus Award. It's a $100 gift certificate, or scholarship, let's try that over, given to a student who is going on to a college or a university to continue their education. The student chosen is a senior who has exhibited the characteristics of a quality leader, making a difference in the school and the students within it. This year, the award goes to a student who has been a great role model for all the other students at the academy, both in her behavior and her academics. This year's Knights of Columbus Award goes to Brittany Barrett.
Before I introduce the first student to address the audience, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate tonight's graduates. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. Frank Lloyd Wright said, "I know the price of success, dedication, hard work, and unremitting devotion to the things you want to see happen." The first student to speak this evening knows a lot about dedication, hard work, and devotion. This young lady has overcome more than her fair share of challenges. She has succeeded despite feeling as though everything was stacking up against her. A serious injury left her unable to attend school regularly, but with the support of her family, friends, and teachers, she has excelled. I feel so blessed to have had an opportunity to teach her, and I'm so proud of her tenacity and determination. Please welcome Miss Brittany Barrett to the stage.
You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you stop to really look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Eleanor Roosevelt. Today is a day to celebrate our success and to thank everyone who has helped us get here. As I stand here today, looking back on the past, I think about how far I've come in the last 4 years. I have struggled, I have fallen, and I've had to learn how to walk again. But through it all, I always push myself to get back up again. We're all here for a reason, and we've all had obstacles we had to overcome. 4 years ago, I had a traumatic brain injury in which I was able to overcome. We all found strength in our weakest moments, and if it wasn't for that strength, we wouldn't be sitting here in our caps and gowns today. We have learned from each other, and we will continue to learn as we keep moving forward. Mom, you have made a huge impact on my life. You are my rock, my constant supporter, and my role model. You push me to go after my dreams, and if I fall, you are always there to pick me back up. You understand and know me, and during my long battle with my head injury, you were right there fighting with me. When I would have a seizure, you would be so calm and tell me everything would be okay. Thank you. I love you very much. I wasn't planning on graduating here today with my class, but I managed to make up 2 years of school in my junior and senior years that I had lost due to my head injury. I did not just pass my classes, but passed with A's and B's. A huge accomplishment for me especially. I have learned a lot in my 4 years of high school, like always take a teacher's help when they ask if you need it. I have had the most wonderful friends. I have learned that the most wonderful friends are the kind that teach you that it is okay to be different, the ones who will make your day just by talking to you or making you laugh, and the ones who will be there by your side no matter what. I've learned that laughter is better than crying, and that crying won't get you anywhere. I learned how to be brave and courageous. I have learned to fight my own battles while letting people intervene when needed. I have learned to stand up for what I believe in and say what's on my mind. I learned how to be strong and to never give up hope, even in my weakest moments. I learned that if I put my mind to something, I can achieve it. Most of all, I learned to never give up no matter what, and to chase after what I want. I believe that depending on how you handle a situation can determine where you end up. Even when the storm seems like it never stops for me, I choose to be positive in this thing called life, and I find it easier to come out on top when I do so. My teachers pushed me to try my best, and when I doubted myself, they believed in me, and sometimes that is all you really need. A teacher once told me that there's nothing wrong if you fail, because failure shows that you tried. Failure is better than not trying at all. And if you gave your 100%, then it was worth it. Luckily, I haven't failed. I'm here with you today, graduating on time. I have had many people believe in me and the most amazing support system. Thank you to my teachers, mentors, friends, and family for never doubting me and always giving me hope. And I would also like to thank God, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. I'm truly honored to be here on this stage today giving you this speech. It's a dream come true. I couldn't have been more happier to graduate with such an awesome class, because we've all made each other, we've all became friends, and you guys helped me to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to introduce to you our next speaker. Merriam-Webster defines determination as a quality that makes you continue trying to do or achieve something that is difficult. This is the quality I think of when I think of this young man. As with many of our students, life has presented him with challenges. However, his determination and eternal optimism compel him to view these challenges as opportunities, not obstacles, never slowing him down on his journey of realizing his dreams. It isn't just his determination that makes him such a remarkable young man, it is also his eternally positive disposition. I've never known him to have a bad day. His perpetual optimism serves to carry both himself and his classmates through even the most difficult times, both socially and academically. This fall, he will be attending Wayne County Community College on a basketball scholarship while pursuing a degree in sports medicine. I'm confident that whatever path he chooses, he will achieve great things. It is my pleasure and a privilege to present to you Marquavian Stevens.
Well, this is my final words before I go off to college. These last 4 years have been the greatest time of my life, and I thank everyone who has impacted my life since I arrived at Source Creek in the 8th grade. But this has been an amazing ride. I have been through so much in my life. But the biggest thing that changed my life was October 26, 2011. I was at an open gym just playing basketball, enjoying myself, and then the next thing I know, I was laid out in the ambulance. Had no idea what was going on, and was confused. And when they told me I died, I was lost for words. I only asked them one question: will I be able to play basketball again? Hey. At first, they was telling me probably not, and that broke my heart more than anything in this world. But I kept faith in God and the doctors, and they found the issue, and here I am today. My family, friends, teachers, coaches, everyone have made me the man I am today. And without you guys, I ain't telling where I would be. And also want to give a special thanks to the Taylors for helping me out with everything and treating me like one of theirs. I love you guys. Well, it has been an amazing journey, and this is just a closing chapter, first chapter of my life. I'll be going to Wayne County and Detroit for 2 years and go from there. Well, it's been Real Creek, and you guys forever be in my heart.
Can we please have Miss Nellie Wahardo come up to the stage, please? I'd like to keep Marquavian up here to help me give our Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's Lifetime Achievement Award goes to someone who, in our eyes, has had the achievement of a lifetime. She has literally saved Marquavian's life 3 years ago. She's the reason he's standing with us today. Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, Miss Nellie Wahardo has been part of the Swartz Creek family for the past 6 years as a Spanish teacher at the high school, as the head volleyball coach, and as the 8th grade softball coach. Nellie goes above and beyond for her students every single day. She genuinely cares about every one of her students. 3 years ago, on Wednesday, October 26, 2011, the day before Mark's 15th birthday, Marquavian was playing basketball in the high school gymnasium with some other students after school. And then Mark went into cardiac arrest and stopped breathing, falling onto the floor. Luckily, Nellie was there, and together with Coach Trent, they performed CPR and used the AED machine to shock Mark's heart and get him back breathing again. It was because of Nellie's heroic actions that Marquavian, he's standing with us today and graduating. Nellie Wahardo is a true hero and a true guardian angel. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Miss Nellie Wahardo. Well, I think we're ready. As soon as Mark gets back to his seat. Seniors, please rise and approach the podium to be presented with your diploma.
Tiffany Nicole Stewart.
Brianna Crystal Giroux.
Spencer Ray Backman.
Braden Edward John Desbois.
Ashley Rose Thayer.
Jonathan David Locken.
Elizabeth Rashawn Barker.
No way. Alan Mitchell Parker.
Noah William Ward.
Samantha Jean Risner.
Blake James Toby.
Colin Lee Savage.
Hannah Marie Kitson.
Joshua Austin Lee.
Nicholas Aries Kemp Sipes.
Justin Cody Patterson.
Nicholas Kelly Ash.
Corinne John Berlin.
Marquavian Dakari Stevens.
Dorico David Heichi.
Austin Wyatt Hokinson.
Brittany Emily Ann Barrup.
Tyler James Thayer.
Class of 2014, please rise. Please move your tassels to the left. You are now all graduates of Swartz Creek Community Schools. Congratulations. On behalf of the school board, Dr. Hall, the other administrators, and the Swartz Creek Academy staff, we'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight and honoring all of our graduates. In just a minute, the graduates and stage guests will recede out of the auditorium and end our ceremony. Until that time, please remain seated until all the graduates have left the auditorium. Immediately following this recessional, we would like to invite all of you into the lobby, located just outside the doors for a reception with cake and refreshments, and there you'll find your graduates. Thank you for all coming to the 2014 Swartz Creek Academy Graduation Ceremony.